Welcome to the Fort Riley Deer Season Pre-Hunt Briefing. During this briefing, you are encouraged to pause the video and review carefully the material presented on each slide. Please remember that this briefing is an overview and not all-inclusive. More detailed information can be found in the deer hunting fact sheet, the outdoor recreation map and regulation summary, as well as on the Fort Riley iSportsman webpage. These documents can be found at the Environmental Office in the Self-Help Customer Service Room in Building 407, Pershing Court, or on the Fort Riley iSportsman webpage. At the conclusion of this briefing, you will be given a short quiz. When you have successfully completed the quiz, your account will be updated with your deer permit to reflect that you have completed the briefing. The military mission has precedence over any outdoor recreational opportunities. Fort Riley or portions of it may be closed at any time without prior notice. Vehicle access to all or portions of the installation may be prohibited, however, foot traffic may still be permitted. A reminder, military training often occurs in training areas designated as open. Recreationists are required to maintain a 200-meter distance between themselves and any active body of troops, helicopters, or other military equipment. Please review the deer season hunting dates listed here and note the appropriate season dates for your permit. All individuals are required to have a DoD ID card or a Fort Riley Access Pass or badge on their persons while on the installation. An access pass can be obtained at the Henry Gate Access Control Point off of I-70 at exit 301. All firearms must be registered at the Visitor Control Center. For more information about firearm registration procedures, please review the privately owned Firearm Guide under the Regulations tab on the Fort Riley iSportsman webpage, or call 785-239-2982. Firearms must be transported unloaded in an enclosed case. Ammunition must be transported in a separate closed container. A reminder, concealed weapons are prohibited and crossbows must be disengaged during transportation on Fort Riley. Please review Regulation 190-1 available on the Fort Riley iSportsman webpage for further information about firearm rules and regulations on Fort Riley. Recreationists must register an account on the Fort Riley iSportsman website before recreating on the installation. You must check in and check out before and after recreating, which can be done by using any personal device with internet access, by visiting the Army One-Stop Kiosk located at the Visitor Control Center, or at the Environmental Office. Before you head into the field, make sure you have all the necessary licenses, permits, and documents. Please pause the briefing and review the list of documents required to deer hunt on Fort Riley. The impact area and Douthit Range Complex are off limits at all times. Other areas may be off limits during all or part of the season. Listings and maps of areas off limits will be posted on the Fort Riley iSportsman website and at the Environmental Office. Prior to recreating, you must understand how to determine what areas are open, what areas are closed, and be able to distinguish those areas from one another. Fort Riley falls within the Kansas Deer Management Unit 8. Please review the information shown for Unit 8 harvest restrictions. All harvested deer must be immediately tagged with a valid Kansas deer permit. Please consult the Kansas Deer Regulation Summary for more specific information on Kansas deer hunting rules and regulations. During the firearms deer season, all areas east of Old Highway 77 are open to shotgun, archery, and muzzleloader hunting only. Areas west of Old Highway 77 are open to centerfire rifles, shotguns, archery, and muzzleloader hunting. Areas south of Vinton School Road are open to archery hunting only. For more information about these restrictions, please visit the Fort Riley iSportsman webpage. Fort Riley enforces a 350 daily deer hunter limit. East of Old Highway 77 will be limited to 135 hunters per day. West of Old Highway 77 will be limited to 135 hunters per day, and south of Vinton School Road will be limited to 80 hunters per day. Harvested game should be field dressed where taken, and the entrails should be disposed of at least 100 feet from any road. The Environmental Office encourages that carcasses be double bagged, tied shut, and deposited in general refuse to minimize the spread of disease. Carcasses and entrails must not be disposed of in any live waterway that contains or would normally contain water, including ponds, lakes, creeks, rivers, and dry creek beds. All game must be covered or otherwise completely concealed from view during transportation and processing while on Fort Riley. Carcasses of game harvested off of the installation shall not be disposed of on Fort Riley. Fort Riley follows Kansas law for blaze orange requirements. Please pause the briefing and review those regulations now. Please pause and review ground blind and tree stand regulations that are specific to Fort Riley now. Please pause the briefing and review the specific rules and regulations about baiting on Fort Riley now. Please pause the briefing and review these unique regulations that are enforced here on Fort Riley. You can help protect Fort Riley's natural resources by executing respectful and ethical hunting practices. We encourage reporting harassment or other violations you may see while recreating on Fort Riley to the Fort Riley Game Wardens at 785-239-6767. Thank you for watching the Fort Riley Deer Briefing. You will now take a short quiz. After passing the quiz, you will be able to print your deer permit, hunting access permit, and your vehicle pass. Enjoy your hunt and be safe.